One of the really cool features that's been demonstrated over and over again is site building tools with a chatbot. Now, if you've watched any of the videos, you've seen Dries go ahead and create a content type or add a taxonomy. But again, never showed you how to do it. So in this video, we're going to turn on assistants and create a chatbot that can, well, do all of that. Let's dive in. In the last video, I had you turn on the assistants module. But just in case you missed the last video, you're going to want to come down and make sure you turn on the AI assistant and the chatbot. All right, head over to Configuration, AI, and AI Assistants. I've already created one here. Let me show you how I did it. And this is called my Drupal site builder. I'm going to click Edit. So you would click New and then just give it a name. You could add a description in here and any instructions that are specific for this assistant. I've chosen to leave it blank. There are 3 agents built into the current version of Drupal AI: content type, field, and taxonomy agent. These are the ones that are available to us out of the box. There are other agents that you can get. On the advanced settings, I'm going to leave all of this exactly the way it was. However, obviously, you don't want just anybody using this chatbot. And there are 2 ways around that. One, you can assign it so only administrators and content editors can use it, or site builders. And the second is to put it in a block region for just your administration menu, and that will help as well. Now, we're going to use OpenAI as the provider, and as always, we've got some configuration to do with the model. The temperature, again, that's probably way too high. I'm going to put that at 0.5, and the rest we'll leave alone. All right. Click Save. So you'll build an assistant for each area of the site or different things you want to do. If you just wanted a taxonomy assistant, well then you'd create one and place it separately. All right, we've got our assistant configured. Literally, that's all we've got to do. Go over to Structure and Block Layout and click on Claro or whatever administration theme you're using. And it doesn't really matter where you put this because we're going to put it up in the toolbar. So I'm just going to simply put it in header. And the one you want is the AI Deep Chat chatbot. Click Place Block. Let's give it a better name. Site Builder. Select an assistant. And then we've got some settings to worry about here. On the message settings, you can insert a first message. The bot name is assistant. I'm going to call this Site Builder. Again, this is all pretty much just for cosmetics at this point. Styling, Bard, Bing, Chat, or Toolbar. I'm going to put this in the toolbar. And let me tell you why. I can't stand it when I'm working on a site to have a chatbot in the bottom right corner. It drives me crazy. So by putting it in the toolbar, it's going to actually go up into the top menu, and it looks pretty good. And by choosing the toolbar style, when it goes up into the top toolbar, it looks pretty good. Of course, you could leave that anyway and still put it in the toolbar. Scrolling down, placement is toolbar. Collapse minimal, add copy, any advanced settings, remember. And then lastly, of course, we want to restrict the role so that not just anybody can use our chatbot. Click Save Block. Immediately up here in the toolbar, then you've got an assistant. And this is what it looks like in the toolbar setting or toolbar style. So let's say, hey, what can you do? It's always a good question to ask. So our site builder can do content types, fields, taxonomy. It can explain concepts and best practices. It can't add content for you, can't populate nodes. So let's do something pretty simple here. All right, we're going to add a taxonomy to our site. Pretty simple. I love motorcycles. I know that's got nothing to do with AI, but it will demonstrate the power. Create a vocabulary called motorcycles and populate it with the top 10 brands of motorcycles as terms. Now, as you probably can see, the voice didn't translate quite exactly, but I think Drupal's going to be able to figure it out. It's contacting the agents, and this does take a moment or two, but it's still quicker than typing them in manually. The vocabulary called motorcycles has been created. Structure, taxonomy, and there's my motorcycle. Vocabulary, and there are my terms. Awesome. Here's another one. Click on Assistant. And let's do this one as if we didn't know all the correct Drupal terms to use. I need a categorization system where I can list all 50 US states. Can you build that for me? Let's see how intelligent it is. And there we go. Categorization system for all 50 states has been set up, called US states, with each state as a taxonomy term. Let's go check that out. So once again, close that, go back to taxonomy. Here's my US states. And there's my 50 terms in alphabetical order. That's pretty cool. What about a content type? Well, let's add a content type that is a blog with a media image field, a body, and a vocabulary about motorcycles. Let's see if we can get that done. Please build me a content type called blog and include the following fields: title, body, media image field, and a vocabulary for the motorcycle vocabulary we just created. And we don't want to probably say vocabulary, we want to say a field. All right, so that's not terribly complex, but it would take 10-15 minutes. Let's see if our agent can do it for us. You'll note I asked for a media image field, not an image upload field. And again, we'll see how that works out. Oh, okay. So we have a bit of an error here. This happens once in a while. Let me copy and paste that back in and try again. Now, one of the things the AI module has, of course, is logging. We haven't turned that on. You could turn that on under the Extend menu and take a look deeply into and see what happened. All right, so let's take a quick peek. Content types, it created the blog content type, but it only created the media image field. Let's see if we can fix this with a prompt. In the blog content type, can you add a body field and an entity reference field to the vocabulary called motorcycles? Let's see what happens. One disadvantage of putting this up in the toolbar is that, of course, it, covers up parts of your screen, but still better than having a chatbot pop up incessantly, I think. So, content type blog. Content type already has a media image field. Yep, I knew that. I created a new taxonomy reference on the blog. Excellent. All right, let's just hit refresh here. And we now have a field motorcycle, which is an entity reference, but it just doesn't want to use the body field. Well, that's okay. We can always reuse. As simple as that. So still, not 100%. Somebody said the other day that this is as bad as it'll ever be. That still saved me quite a bit of time. It's only going to get better from here. And prompt engineering is probably your friend here. So 2 quick examples: building out content types with fields, and of course, taxonomy with the site building assistant in Drupal AI.